Luke Whippler suffered a broken ankle in the Browns preseason game against Green Bay. He was slated to be their backup center. Kevin Stefanski has not yet said whether or not he'll miss the entire season, but about 24 hours after, maybe not even 24 hours, the Browns went out and traded for Nick Harris, bringing him back. Harris had signed with Seattle this offseason on a $2.34 million deal. Jay, Bull, G, it's a backup center. I understand it's not the most important position on the field, but they have brought Nick Harris back in to replace Luke Whippler. Have they done enough to solve the interior offensive line depth without Luke Whippler as Nick Harris? An equal grade. And Bull, I want to start with you.
Go ahead.
Because I know you love this topic,
Go
Bull.
ahead.
Have they done enough? Have they done enough on the backup center? I mean, they drafted both guys. Nick Harris was a higher pick than Luke Whippler, wasn't he?
He was going to be the starter until he blew his knee
I know,
out
like
in
he's had
Jacksonville.
injury problems. Listen, the season, there's going to be, if they have to go to Nick Harris or Luke Whippler, does it really matter which of the two it is?
No,
I don't know.
Does it? I don't
maybe
think
Luke
there's a big
Whippler's
difference.
better, but let this be the biggest problem they have in the preseason. That Luke, I feel bad for him. The guy got, obviously it's serious, even though Kevin Stefanski didn't say it.
Yeah, we haven't heard a timeline yet, right?
Yeah, but you don't go and jump and make that trade if you thought he was going to be back soon.
Yeah, I would think it was at least 12 weeks, Mike. That's a guess.
It's a guy who knows.
It's a broken ankle, so it's 3 months.
You went and got a guy who knows the system. He's been here.
And really, all they did was they gave up a 6th for a 7th.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, that's so nominal. At that point, you hit on 7s like you hit on 6s. I don't know if there's a huge percentage difference between the two
Probably
rounds.
not.
Probably not.
It's not even a full round because, in theory, I will say that the Seahawks will be a higher pick in the 7th round than the Browns.
I thought the same thing.
So you're dropping 20 spots.
If the Browns make a long playoff run and Seattle misses the playoffs, then instead of picking, start from round 6.
Yeah.
Instead of picking, 28th, you might pick 40th.
Yeah, I mean,
so it might be
at that point. It's a total crapshoot anyway.
And it is a nice insurance policy, but I'm looking at this in a little different way, and it's a shame for Nick Harris because I think for the Seahawks to do this, they've already seen he's not the guy we thought.
Probably not keep him,
or they would have kept him.
Right. Yeah.
So we're getting a guy that's like you said, he's been injury prone.
Yeah.
I really hate what happened to him and how it happened and everything else.
Bad.
But the irony here is. When this happened and we went out and got Pochich from Seattle.
Yeah.
And he turned in to be a
Saved
Pro
the day.
Bowler.
He's been fantastic.
He was like a free agent, kind of an afterthought.
He had been a bust in Seattle.
Yes.
And here he's been sensational.
So, I mean, look, one of my top 5 fears, and I think we should do this as a segment, top 5 fears heading into the season. In my top 5 is a regression by the offensive line because our guru's gone.
That's fair.
We're now taking for granted that, the offensive line, check.
Right, that's
because
fair.
We had Bill Callahan, and he was the best to ever do it. And we've had guys, I remember when Lomas Brown was in here, and Lomas Brown said, look, don't underestimate what he means week to week in game planning and in preparation.
No doubt.
And we don't know what that's going to look like.
That's true.
So that's on my list of top 5 fears coming into the season.
Fair.
I will say that those guys up there, for the most part, are veterans. But you got Pochich, you got Teller, and you got Bitonio. You when you're offensive and defensive lineman, what you do is you take stuff with you. Like the technique stuff, the watching film. They was with Callahan long enough to understand, okay, this is the way we game plan this. So so you got those veteran 3 up there. And the people I'm worried about, I'm worried about 1 or 2 people. And I'm worried about the fact that Jed Wills is nowhere to be found. I don't know what's up with him. But I will say back to Nick Harris, I'll say this. We know for a fact he's going to get some minutes. He has to be happy as hell because he's coming back and he's a skill position now. He's going to be getting some fullback play. The fullback is live and well. He will be playing on short yardage. Yeah. Nick Harris is like, I'm back. I might give me some touches this year.
That's right.
He will be.
Will he score a touchdown?
I'm gonna say yes.
Ooh.
Wow.
He'll score a touchdown this year.
I'm not sure if our next guest, who we're gonna bring on here in one sec, Mike Clay, had a projection for the over/under touchdowns for Nick Harris in a Browns uniform, but we could ask him in a sec.